Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Monday, September 10th, 2018. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Deputy Premier, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, today, Monday, September 10th, provided an update on the water taxi facility that is currently being constructed at Owali Bay.
We would have had some delays over the past couple of months as we would have had some issues with the necessary paperwork and documents concerning this project that needed to be corrected, and we have done that, and we have moved on to the next stage, which is actual construction.
Minister Jeffers says over the last couple of weeks, work has been moving along at a pace with which he is happy.
We have accomplished at least just under 200 feet of pier being constructed thus far. As you'd realize from behind me, the decking is already on the section that was constructed already. There is a connection to be made to the land itself, and then of course we are going another 100 feet, then a T would be placed on the end of the pier when it's eventually completed. Now we are saying that we are constructing just about 300 feet of pier. The thinking behind that is simple. Instead of going and having to bite at the cherry, so to speak, we decided to just go ahead and put down a pier that we feel would be adequate enough to last for many, many years to come. Or else, if and when the demand come for an additional length of pier, we would have had to come back, and we have decided to go ahead and just build a 300-foot pier for now, and that should be the distance or the length that we'll need to take us into the future. When compared to Charlestown, it will be just about the same length, or just a little bit shorter than Charlestown, which is the main pier in Charlestown.
According to Minister Jeffers, the Nevis Island administration is gearing up for an industry of which Nevisians will be proud.
I am happy with what we have done here so far in terms of the progress of the work. I do believe that we are just about a month off in terms of completion. The contractors would have to go back to St. Martin with this same badge, seeing that they have the equipment that they need to use over there to lift the slabs up, to put on the badge to come back. So they'll be out of here hopefully later this evening or tomorrow. And it is also a means of getting them out of the area with the impending storm, so that we don't have any damage to the work that they have done so far. So they're going back to St. Martin, get the additional piles, get the additional slabs, and be back here in short order to continue the work. So we'll be back to report when that happens.
Deputy Premier, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. With the approach of Hurricane Isaac, the Nevis Disaster Management Department is advising residents to take the necessary precautions. Hurricane Isaac is pushing through the open tropical Atlantic Ocean right now, but could bring heavy rain and damaging winds to parts of the Lesser Antilles later this week. Steered westward by high pressure to its north, Isaac is expected to approach the Lesser Antilles by Thursday as a Category 1 hurricane or possibly a strong tropical storm. Increasing surf will likely approach the windward sides of the Lesser Antilles by Thursday.
The St. Kitts Met Office is closely monitoring Hurricane Isaac, which is expected to strengthen further before weakening later this week as it continues to move towards the island chain. Residents are reminded that we are in the peak of the hurricane season and are encouraged to ensure that their disaster plan is ready. We will continue to provide daily updates on Hurricane Isaac, which should be in the vicinity of the island chain by midweek.
Jacob Gumba is the Acting Director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department.
Make sure you trim branches around your homes, clean your guts, and I encourage shelters to be by your windows. What is very important is for you to stay abreast with the official information. Try to avoid rumors, get it from the official source, such as the Nevis Disaster Management website, ndmd.kn, and also from NTV. And during the passing of the storm, everyone is encouraged to stay indoors. And don't be by glass windows because they could break and injure you. Refrigerators do well to ensure they are closed. In case there is no power, the coldness could still be maintained for a while. And what could be deceiving is when the eye is over a place, you may not have rain or wind. That doesn't mean the storm is over. What we encourage at such a time, stay indoors until officials give an all clear.
Persons who may need to evacuate to an emergency shelter can call the Nevis Disaster Management Department at 469-1423 for information about emergency shelters and how to contact the shelter managers in their area, or visit the website www.ndmd.kn. Today, Monday, September 10th, a team of stakeholders in emergency shelter management visited 6 such facilities. The team, led by Minister of Disaster Management, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, toured the pavilion at the El Camino T. Willett Park, the Banskurt Community Center, the Cotton Ground Community Center, the Fountain Community Center, the Franklin Bond Community Center at Camps Village, and the Butlers Community Center.
So we decided this morning to come on a tour. We have with us persons from various departments, community affairs, planning, from the disaster management, and also the health. What we're trying to do this morning is to ascertain what some of the deficiencies are. Of course, we have been conducting various exercises over the last 9 months. I can go back and say since the last hurricane season. So, of course, we are finding some problems here and there, but nothing that cannot be solved within a matter of days. This is an important venture because we are able to get some more information out to the general public as to where the shelters are. And of course, the public announcement will be made in subsequent days as to where all of the shelters are and who the managers are. So the disaster mitigation team, I'm sure, will be mobilized if needs be.
This morning's exercise, according to Minister Jeffers, was meant to get the disaster mitigation team in a state of readiness.
I want to thank the team for coming along this morning and to ensure that we have a smooth flow of ideas and smooth flow of ways we can correct some of these situations. And I want to thank everyone for their effort. And I want to also in advance thank all of the persons who have volunteered to serve during this upcoming hurricane season, or during the hurricane season, and to make sure that we do the necessary things to protect the island of Nevis as best as we can.
The team included Assistant Secretary with direct responsibility for disaster management, Russell Jeffers, Director of the Department of Community Development, Janet Meloni, Senior Building Inspector at the Department of Physical Planning, Marvin Hanley, Javier Otley of the Environmental Health Services Division, and Jacob Gumba of the Nevis Disaster Management Department. Still to come, U.S. Embassy announces interview waiver process for qualifying visa renewals in St. Kitts and Nevis. The details after this break.
Rally round the red, go black and green. Come along and party. It's unity for everybody. Greetings, dear Nevis and St. Kitts. This is David Dredd of Steel Pulse, and we welcome you to the National Heroes Day concert. Come Sunday, September the 16th, here at the Nevis Cultural Village. Nevis is the place we wanna go. Yeah, be there. There's always a way.
Welcome back. The U.S. Embassy has announced the implementation of interview visa waivers in Barbados for qualified applicants wishing to renew their U.S. visas effective today, Monday, September 10th. St. Kitts and Nevis passport holders, with the exception of beneficiaries of the Citizenship by Investment Program, may qualify for a visa renewal interview waiver if their previous visa expired within the past 12 months and they are applying for the same visa category as their previous visa. The applicant must be physically present in St. Kitts and Nevis or within the consular district of the U.S. Embassy in Bridgetown, Barbados, to avail themselves of this option. Additionally, the previous U.S. visa must be in the applicant's possession, and the applicant must have submitted a 10 fingerprint scan in conjunction with the previous visa application. Students who wish to renew their visas and who satisfy the aforementioned requirements may qualify for interview waiver if they are applying to continue attendance at the same institution or will continue the same major course of study at a different institution. Applicants seeking to renew work-related visas who are returning to work for the same employer or company as annotated on the previous visa may also qualify. Applicants under the age of 14 and over 79 will continue to qualify for interview waiver in most visa classifications. Meantime, applicants who acquired St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship via an economic citizenship program and all third country nationals will still be required to schedule visa interviews for visa renewals. Eligibility for interview waiver does not automatically entitle applicants to a visa of the interview requirement. Meeting the general qualifications for visa renewal interview waiver does not guarantee that an applicant will not be requested to present him or herself in person for an interview at the embassy. For general information, visit the non-immigrant visa section of the embassy's website, or to begin the process to determine if you qualify for interview waiver, visit the website of the official U.S. Department of State Visa Appointment Service. That's how we ended this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.